Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review. And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. And this Week 12 matchup will be happening on Sunday, November 23rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that on your local Fox affiliates as these two NFC North rivals go at it. And right here, we're bringing you some Madden gameplay along with Upon Further Review. And I'll be playing as the team that I'm picking in this game, and that's the Packers. This is actually at the field for the Hall of Fame field, because they didn't actually have the Vikings field. They have the dome still, so they haven't got the new field yet. So right here it's outdoors, and I'm thinking there might be some snow in this game, so we're going to play this one in the snow. For those of you, I don't know if you know already, but the Buffalo, the Jets and the Buffalo game, that one's been postponed to Monday night because of the snow, and they're going to have to play that, I believe, in Detroit instead of in Buffalo. But right here we are, Green Bay versus Minnesota. That one's happening in Minnesota, and the Packers are 7-3 going into this game, and the Vikings are 4-6. And the big reason the Packers are having success is that man right there, Aaron Rodgers. He's having a phenomenal season. Basically, look at the stats. Aaron Rodgers already this year has 2,748 passing yards along with 28 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. We'll go over the numbers more here in a minute. Let's first look at the schedule of how they got to where they are right now, these two teams. The Packers start off in Week 1 with a loss to the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. That was actually the first game of the entire season. They then won in Week 2 at home against the Jets. And then in Week 3, they went on the road to Detroit and they lost. So they were 1-2 to start things off in the season. But then they bounced back with a 4-game winning streak, winning in Week 4 in Chicago against the Bears, their division rivals, to even things up at 2-2 at 500, and then winning at home against the Vikings the first time these two teams matched up. And that was on Thursday Night Football back in Week 5. And the Vikings won that game 42-10. Although Aaron Rodgers only had 156 passing yards in that game, ELiAS had 105 yards in the game. In Week 6, they went to Miami and they beat the Dolphins by just 3 points. That was a rather impressive win there. You got to pick up a first down right here. Then they ended up hosting the Panthers in Week 7. And that was their 4-game winning streak right there with that 4th win in a row. ELiAS with the first down. Then in Week 8, they went to the New Orleans and they faced the Saints. And that was Sunday Night Football. I actually picked the Saints in that game. Although the Packers went in there, they were a better team. But they lost, even though Aaron Rodgers put up 418 passing yards in that game. Randall Cobb had 126 receiving yards in that one. The Saints just kept scoring. The Saints are a different team in New Orleans. That was just kind of a shootout, and things happened. But they had their bye week. And that's the last time they lost, because after the bye week, the next 2 games in Week 10 and Week 11, they won in Lambeau Field, first against their division rivals, the Bears. They put up 55 points in that game. So they had a huge game. That was on Sunday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers had 6 touchdown passes in the first half of that one. He had 315 yards by the time he was done. He actually ended up coming out the game, and they put Matt Flynn in because it was such a blowout. Jordy Nelson had 152 receiving yards. So they just demolished Chicago. Then in Week 11, they went up against the Eagles, and that was in Lambeau, and they put up 50 again. This time 53 points on the Eagles. Very impressive. Rodgers, another 300-yard passing game, 341 in that one. What am I doing here? Randall Cobb, baby, what? How about that? What a pass, 43-yard reception. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers has been on fire. Like I said, in the loss, he had 418, and then the last 2 victories, he had 315 and then 341. He also had 302 back in Week 4 against the Bears and 346 against the Jets. So he's had some huge games this season. Like I said, that's a big reason why they are 7-3, because he's just been carrying the team. I mean, They got a lot of talent, though. He does have some talented receivers around him and tight ends. Even ELiAS is a good running back, although they don't run the ball that much because, with Aaron Rodgers back there, why would you run it? And actually look at the ratio. They've passed the ball 328 times, and they've run the ball 251 times. So they passed the ball, what is that, 72 times more? Is that right? I think 72 more passing plays than running plays for the Packers. Although they can, run the ball if they have to. Let's see right here. In the red zone, it's all snowy. What's going to happen? That'll be interesting to see if it does snow, if the weather plays a factor. But even still, the Packers are used to the weather and the snow. Oh, he dropped the pass.
All you have to do is watch the head of the receiver. When they drop the football,
but let's look at the Vikings and how they've gotten here to 4-6, is it? Yeah, 4-6. So they won in Week 1 in St. Louis against the Rams. And the Rams have been looking really good lately. Like I said, they won that game in St. Louis in Week 1. They were looking really, really good. And at that point, actually, a lot of people were talking Super Bowl for the Vikings there with that first win. When they lost the next 2 games, that had people second-guessing those early predictions after that first win. Jordy Nelson touchdown. How about that? Jordy Nelson. Aaron Rodgers to Jordy Nelson. Yeah, in Week 2, the Vikings hosted the Patriots and they lost. And then Week 3, they went to New Orleans and they lost to the Saints. They then evened things up with a win against the Falcons in Week 4 at home. It was a big win, too. They put up 41 points. Teddy Bridgewater had 317 passing yards in that game. McKinnon had 135 yards rushing. But then in Week 5, Green Bay is where they had to go to play in Lambeau Field, and they got blown out by the Packers the first time these two teams met. Then in Week 6, they hosted the Lions, and they lost in a tight defensive battle. In Week 7, they went to Buffalo in another tight game. They just barely lost by 1 point to the Bills. Sammy Watkins got that touchdown there in the end. And then they ended up going to Tampa, and they won in overtime. That was a crazy game where on the first play of overtime, Anthony Barr, the rookie, scooped up the fumble and returned it for a touchdown in OT for the win. Just a wild finish there in Week 8 in Tampa Bay. And then in Week 9, they picked up their second win in a row. They lost 3 in a row, but then they came back here with 2 wins in a row. And they beat the Redskins at home. They won that one by 3 points. And then they had their bye week. And then last week, they went to Chicago, and they were actually the first team to lose to the Bears in Soldier Field this season. Although, being a division rivalry game, plus the fact of the Vikings and the Bears, whenever they play each other, it's always, whoever's at home is the team that wins. That's just how it goes with those Minnesota-Chicago games. But right here with the Vikings and the Packers, they also do play close. In the last, last 4 games, they're 2-1-1. They did have that tie game. That was when Aaron Rodgers, when he missed some games there last year, and they played to a tie. And that was last season. And they've actually even, before that, because the Packers won 1 against them, and then they had that tie against them last year, I believe. And then the year before, I think they were 1-1 against them. They split the series, but let's see what happens here. I think the Packers are going to win. They're definitely the better team. If they actually go inside the numbers and look at the stats, when it comes to passing offense, the Packers are 8th in the NFL in passing yards per game. Passing proficiency. The Vikings are 29th in the NFL when it comes to passing yards per game. When you look at the passing defense, these two teams do have good passing defenses, as the Packers are 13th in the NFL in passing yards allowed per game, and the Vikings are 8th. So that's actually the strong point of the Vikings team, is their pass defense. Captain Munnerlyn has been having a really big season in Minnesota. Their defense is actually what's kept them competitive and in the loop, is they've been having issues, on their, rushing offense and rushing defense. But when it comes to the air, Although, Bridgewater's, he's a rookie, he's coming along, he's learning, you can't really expect too much out of a quarterback right out the gate. It's a rare quarterback that's going to put up big numbers in his first season. So he's been actually, if you do look at it, he's had some good games. He's had some bad games. I mean, that's just the learning curve. It's got to be expected. But their pass defense of Minnesota is actually, like I said, they're one of their highlights of their team. They've got a good pass rush too. Griffin has been getting after quarterbacks. So it'll be interesting to see how that matches up with the Packers' passing offense against the Vikings' pass defense. That'll be definitely something to watch. But regardless of that, you still got to give the advantage to the Packers in the passing game. Like I said, the Packers are 8th in passing yards per game, and the Vikings are 8th in passing defense. So they match up pretty evenly there. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, though, I mean, he's Aaron Rodgers. He's going to put up his numbers. But then we look at the Vikings' 29th ranked offense against the Packers' 13th ranked passing defense. That right there is definitely where the advantage goes. Obviously, I would also, even though 8 versus 8, you still get the advantage because of Rodgers. But then also when you look at the defense versus the offense of the Vikings, there you go. Packers have the advantage in the passing game. We look at the numbers when it comes to the rush. The Packers are 18th in the NFL in rushing yards per game, and the Vikings are 12th. So the Packers don't really run the ball like we were seeing there a moment ago. They don't really get too many touches on the ground to Eddie Lacy. You should just see Eddie Lacy's average, though. Eddie Lacy averages 4.2 yards per carry and has 5 touchdowns, along with 547 yards on the ground. So when he gets his opportunities, he does produce. He just doesn't get a lot of opportunities to run the ball because they're so successful with passing. But he is intricated into the passing game, and when it comes to receiving, Eddie Lacy has 27 receptions for 322 yards, along with 2 touchdowns. He's actually the 3rd leading receiver on the Vikings, right behind, of course, Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb. And Jordy Nelson has 998 yards receiving, along with 9 touchdowns off of 60 receptions, just 2 yards shy of 1,000 on the season. So he's going to go over 1,000 in this game off of his first catch. And then Randall Cobb has 779 receiving yards off of 54 receptions, along with 10 touchdowns. So he's been having a really big year as well. That's a really, one of the best receiving duos in football right there. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, they're both threats to with their yards after the catch. So Jordy Nelson has 325 yards after the catch, and Randall Cobb has 283 yards after the catch. Eddie Lacy has 298 yards after the catch. So most of his yards, about 90%, 95% of Eddie Lacy's yards through the air are after the catch, those little short dumps, and then he just takes it and makes his moves and goes with it. So Eddie Lacy definitely a threat out of the backfield for sure. One of the better running backs when it comes to yards after the catch. So let's try to do that right here. Eddie Lacy, boom. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. First down. Making a little move. We made him punt there on their first possession, and right now we're in position to at least get a field goal. Maybe we can get a touchdown. We will see here what happens.
Run, block, and he can get short passes and make long gains after.
The Packers definitely have an advantage. But let's look at these numbers actually on the ground. Like I was saying, Packers 18th, Vikings 12th, even without AP. And now in this game, they're actually without Asiata. It's just going to be on Jerick McKinnon to do it all himself here in this one.
Aaron Rodgers is going to take it from the shotgun.
What the heck? That was weird. First incompletion for Aaron Rodgers. But no Asiata, so it's all going to fall on the hands of Jerick McKinnon on the ground, or the legs, whatever. He is their leading rusher with 484 yards on the ground, but he doesn't have any touchdowns. Asiata had 6 touchdowns on the season, because when they got in the red zone, they would always give it to Asiata. McKinnon has been more their guy, their speed back. He's got the moves, the finesse back. Asiata was the power back. But now without Asiata, we'll see what happens. Or they're going to have to get their fullback more involved, Senjo. Or what? I don't know. We'll find out on Sunday. Ooh, Jordy wide open, first down. But yeah, Cordero Patterson, he's going to have to get something going. He's actually been a letdown for anybody on fantasy. I know I had him on fantasy, but he's got some numbers, you know. He's got 332 receiving yards and 113 rushing yards, 1 touchdown receiving, and 1 touchdown rushing. He's going to have bigger numbers for them to have any success against the Packers. Like I said, without Asiata, it's going to fall on McKinnon. They're going to need to get, you know, Cordero Patterson the ball. But also, you know, Greg Jennings, he used to be on the Packers. He's the leading receiver for the Vikings. He has 463 receiving yards off of 36 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Right here, oh, Randall Cobb, touchdown. Aaron Rodgers throws the 2nd touchdown of the game. This one to Randall Cobb there in the snow. The Packers against the Vikings are now up 14-0 in this Madden gameplay right here. As I'm playing as the Packers. So, I mean, it's a simulation, but it's also half of the simulation. So, right there, Randall Cobb. Look at that highlight. Aaron Rodgers not having too much problems against this Vikings secondary. And this would, you know, this is not the right stadium, but it kind of looks like the Minnesota Stadium a little bit. It's similar to it because they're playing at the college stadium, you know, the Gophers there from the Big Ten. But as I was saying, though, the rushing defense, though, these two teams is lacking. The Packers are 29th in the NFL in rushing yards allowed per game, and the Vikings are 21st. So both of these teams let up a lot of yards on the ground. I think part of that is the Packers, they get a lot of big leads, and then they just kind of go off in the prevent. The teams do pass the ball a lot against them, but if they do run, they can get some big plays on the ground because they're really just looking for that big play through the air and just trying to keep them, you know, running it, and they'll let up some runs just to keep the clock moving, you know. So I think that's kind of part of it, although, you know, we'll see how that works out, actually, because with that run defense, the way that those numbers are, you would expect the Vikings to have a lot of success on the ground, even without, you know, Asiata. Even though he, like I said, he's more the guy in the red zone, so it'll be interesting to see what McKinnon does in this game. And we said Cordero Patterson. The Vikings 21st is not much better, so expect Eddie Lacy, you know, especially if it ends up being a bad weather game. Don't be surprised to see Eddie Lacy increase his touches and actually come out with a good game. I mean, he's more than capable. He's actually probably one of the more underrated backs in the NFL was Eddie Lacy. A lot of that has to do, like I said, because he doesn't necessarily get the touches. They do give him the ball in open field, though, like I was saying a moment ago, with his yards after the catch. But when it comes to running the ball, you actually got to give the advantage to the Vikings. They are a more successful run team. They have a better run defense and a better run offense. So that's going to be the key to Minnesota's success on Sunday is the running game. But let's look at the points for and against. When it comes for points scored, the Packers are the #1 team in the NFL with putting points up on the scoreboard. I mean, the last 2 weeks they put up, you know, over 100 points. They put 108 points up just in the last 2 weeks. You know, with that 55 against the Bears and 53 against the Eagles. Even the week before that, when they lost, they put up 23. And the week before that, they put up 38. The week before that, 27. The week before that, 42. The week before that, 38. They did only put up 7 points in week 3. That was the one exception, really. The one time, other than week 1 when they put up 16. But other than those two, you know, the one game they didn't get 10 points. The one game they didn't get 20. Other than that, they've been over 20. They've actually been over 30, over 40, 50 points. I mean, they just, when they get going, you can't stop them. Aaron Rodgers just can score at will, it seems. Because if he catches Jordy Nelson or Randall Cobb in stride, those guys will just take it all the way to the end zone. You've seen so many big plays out of those. Oh, look at this. Hayward with the interception. Boom, yes. Interception, Packers. Here we go, the rookie throwing the interception. Here's the replay. Hayward right there with the pick. And right here we got a chance to do what I was talking about and get Jordy Nelson or Randall Cobb the ball. Like I said already, we've seen them get in the end zone. Let's see if we can do it again. Saw Randall last time. Let's see if we can get Jordy the ball right here. We got 43 seconds before halftime. Okay, let's see, what do we got for Jordy? I wonder if I could flip this. Maybe slow. Alright. X slide. Yeah, that's what I want. Hopefully that put him where I want him. I'm not sure. I think so. Not exactly. It's alright. Let's see if we can get Jordy the ball. No, too many guys try to force it to Jordy. Why are they showing a replay? I guess for Munnerlin's signal. Stanford. Was Munnerlin over there? I thought I saw Munnerlin. Let's see here. What can we get to Jordy? And let's see if we get a better package. Strong slots. Alright, there we go. What do we got for Jordy? What do you got for Jordy? Anything better? I guess we'll just go with this right here. Alright, let's get it to Jordy.
Nelson's lined up in the slot. 2nd down and 10. Rodgers.
Oh, that didn't work. Call timeout.
Call the timeout. Their first.
Man, it's like, can we get some plays for Jordy? Hey, look at that. Aaron Rodgers is with the Packers. What the heck? I feel so betrayed. I can't believe it. What's Aaron Rodgers doing on the Vikings? What the hell? He's giving them Gatorade? There better be something in that Gatorade, Aaron. That's your Jordy. Usually you didn't want anything in the Gatorade. Did he throw an interception? Did he pick that off? No? Out of bounds? Oof, that was crazy. I just threw a pick. Man, screw that. I'm not punting the ball. Even though usually I would punt the ball. I know it's foolish not to punt the ball, but I just don't feel like it right now. I'm just not feeling it. That's just how it goes at the moment. Look at this. Come on, really. With where I'm at, I'm on the 33. It's only because of the snow that they're even saying a punt. Come on, let's get this to Jordy Nelson. Come on, Jordy. Oh, Jordy Nelson, 1st down, finally. Let's go to timeout right there. Go to timeout. Hey, you pushing Jordy? Don't push Jordy. There's Captain Munnerlin. He's pretty ill. You gotta watch out for Munnerlin. Let's see what we got here. We got the guys out there.
They've got a 1st down now.
Let's see if we can get this one to Randall Cobb.
Aaron Rodgers gonna take it from the shotgun. He's going deep.
Oh, what the hell? That was, like, I don't know. That should have been a touchdown all day. I'm still new to this version of Madden. I mean, I just got it. But that's alright. 2nd and 10. What are we doing? Still got 1 timeout, 17 seconds. It's almost halftime.
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. Challenging the defender.
Oh, man. Munnerlin right there. He almost got us. Ooh, Captain Munnerlin. You gotta watch out for that dude. Look at him right there, Captain Munnerlin. That's why the Vikings have the 8th ranked passing defense. Right there. Captain Munnerlin. Well, he dropped it though. He's like, why did you drop it? You dropped it, pig. You know what? What am I doing? Let's give our dude a chance. We got anything here? Yeah, well, let's see if this works. Oh, they got Starks in there. Oh, sweet. Jordy's right where I want him. Nice. Matchup I want. Ooh, Jordy, yes, he pulled it down. Call timeout. Oh, man. It's our last timeout. What is Aaron Rodgers doing giving Captain Marlin Gatorade? What the heck? That don't even make sense. It's insanity. Totally insane.
We're back and
It's
the
so
offense
crazy.
is ready to roll.
I can't
after
believe
the
it.
timeout.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Breaking huddle.
Alright,
at
let's
the
see
5.
right here what happens. Got our guys in there.
That
Eddie
reception gave
Jordan.
them the first down. So
Here we
first
go.
and goal to go. The quarterback throws.
Ooh, oh, he dropped it. Oh, that was a sure touchdown. I can't believe it. Why, Eddie? Why? I talked you up so big. You just dropped it. You dropped it. You blew it. You blew it. Oh, here we are. 3 seconds right before halftime. Should we kick the field goal? Nope, we're going for the touchdown. Ooh, touchdown, Jordy Nelson. That's what we want anyway. Woo, Jordy. Jordy Nelson, yeah. Jordy Nelson, Aaron Rodgers. Woo. Leslie's not happy. Look at that. Woo, yeah. McCarthy, I'll tell you, he owes everything to Aaron Rodgers. Really, Aaron Rodgers, he is definitely carries the Packers. Like, he's the coach on the field. Aaron Rodgers,
The Packers for the extra
Jordy
point.
Nelson. They got so much talent, it's crazy. They got some good players on defense, too. Can never count out the Packers. And we've seen when they beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl a few years ago. I mean, they were a wild card team. And that's the thing. The Packers in the playoffs with a healthy Aaron Rodgers could beat anybody. Right here, this is a blowout game. Of course, you know, when division rivals play, it usually is closer. But then again, back in Week 5, it was 42-10. So, right here, Jordy Nelson, touchdown. Randall Cobb, touchdown. Jordy Nelson, big play. Aaron Rodgers, fist pump. Captain Marlin with the mean mug, with the gas face. He's not happy. And it's halftime. I almost thought I was going to freeze right there. Knock on wood. Teddy Bridgewater, he's got a big deficit to overcome. Aaron Rodgers, he's like, yeah, man, this is just another day in Green Bay, except we're in Minnesota, but not really. We're in like Ohio or something, but you know, because they don't have the actual field. But hey, see, that's a Hall of Fame logo in the middle of the field because we just put it here at this stadium because it's the closest that we could get to actually having the Minnesota field. There's Cordero Patterson. He needs to do something in this game for the Vikings to actually be able to get something going. But right here we're seeing, man, it's all Green Bay. The Cheeseheads are celebrating. They're dancing in the aisles. The Packers are just bringing the thunder, just raining down touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdowns already in the first half. Is that what will happen come Sunday? We'll see. Oh, look at Jerick McKinnon just running for a first down right out through the middle of the Packers defense. That's what I was talking about, how the Packers, you know, they get up to those big leads and then they just kind of let up running yards because they're looking for the pass. Do we really need to see the replay? Do we really? I don't know. I mean, you know, it was a first down, so I'll give them that. Here we go, Julius Peppers. Uh-oh. Get over there, Clay. Look at that. They're trying some funny stuff. 2nd and 3. This game's already just so far out of proportion. That's pretty much what I think is going to happen with this game, too. Actually, let me go over. I was saying a while back, but I kind of cut myself off because I just got so wrapped up in the gameplay. But, yeah, the Packers are number 1 when it comes to scoring, just like in this game. And the Vikings are 28th, just kind of like in this game. But, you know, the Packers, like I was saying, they score well. I was going over that, how many points they've been putting up. The Vikings, though, they struggle to score. They can at times. I mean, we've seen before they put up some points against them. Oh, look at that fumble! Oh, he's picking it up. Oh, but the snow, he tripped. Oh, He's kicking snow. He's not kicking dirt. He's kicking snow. He's like, ha 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 ha, it's ha ha Clinton Dix. What? Boom! Ha ha Clinton Dix blowing up Teddy Bridgewater. Boom! He says, ha ha. Boom! What? Shields with the friggin' recovery. He picked it up. That was crazy. How about that? That defense, the Packers. We've seen against, the game there when they against the Eagles, Julius Peppers returned that fumble for a touchdown. They also had a pick six. They were just on point against a team that actually likes to score on defense too, the Eagles. So they kind of did it to them. But right here we get that fumble recovery off the forced fumble by Clinton Dix. So it just, when it rains, it pours. Good teams know how to win, right? Bad teams know how to lose. Not saying the Vikings are really a bad team. They actually have a really good defense, I think. They're going to be a better team in the future. Next year we'll see. But it's not their year this year. It is, the Packers. They're in the mix, right there with Detroit. They're the ones battling out for this division, the NFC North. It'll be interesting to see because Detroit's got just a monster D. The Packers got a monster passing game, especially with their offense, just in general. And we actually, we look ahead, that's actually the final game of the season. Is going to be Green Bay and Detroit, and it's going to be in Lambeau Field. That's going to be a classic. And actually, next week, the Patriots are going to Lambeau Field. That's going to be another really good game to look forward to. But other than that, though, they got every team is tough. They got the Falcons coming in on Monday Night Football in Week 14. They should just destroy them in that game. But then they got to go to Buffalo and go to Tampa, which might seem like easy wins, but easier said than done. Especially going to Buffalo's got a tough team. Tampa too, so. And then Detroit in Lambeau in Week 17. So we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. It'll definitely be fun to watch for sure. I can't wait to see it all unfold before our eyes. Every Sunday, just take it all in. And Sunday night and Monday, Thursday, all weekend, really just football. Here we go. Ooh, Corliss, what a catch. Did he get the catch? No, he dropped it. I was going to say, what a catch. You want the guy on top of him, but nope, he dropped it. I should have checked down. I had a dude wide open, but trying to get the first down all at once. Where's my dude? Right here. Yeah, we'll do this. See how this works. Look at Starks in the backfield.
Starks is in the backfield. Rodgers from the shotgun.
Randall Cobb. Look at that, picking up the first down. Caught him in motion, ran for some yards after the catch. That's how you gotta do it right there. But yeah, like I was saying though, when it comes to points, scored against, the Packers have the 17th most points allowed in the NFL per game, and the Vikings 14th. So the Vikings actually, like I was saying, their defense is good, and they don't allow a lot of points. So that can make this game interesting, actually, and maybe they make it a close game with the strength of their D. Although last time they ran up against the Packers in Week 5 in Lambeau Field, it was 42 points that Aaron Rodgers put up in that game. Well, the Packers put up in that game.
Aaron Rodgers going to take it from the shotgun.
He's open, check down, boom, Jordan Nelson. Should go into this one. Boom. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, folks. Display. Just looking into the stats real quick. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers in that game, they were beating him so bad. He only even threw the ball 12 times. He was 12 for 17 in that game. The third quarter's come to a close and it's still 21-0. No points scored in the third. They fumbled it on their first possession. Now I'm about to score, but the time wound down. Actually, speaking of time winding down, let's just run the ball here at him. Flynn did even come into the game. That was the game where it was crazy. Like, he had a touchdown to Randall Cobb, and then that 66-yard touchdown to Julius Peppers had that interception for a touchdown. Then he threw the touchdown to Devontae Adams. They had a lot of short fields in that game. Look at that, 3 touchdown passes, but only 156 yards. It's kind of crazy. Like I said, that was because their defense and special teams were just tearing it up. Eddie Lacy had a pair of touchdowns. They were up 42-0 after 3 quarters. You know, they sat down Rodgers, you know. I think they even sat him down when it was 35. It was just such a blowout. And then in the fourth quarter, you know, Christian Ponder ended up getting a touchdown and Walsh got a field goal. But then in the final, like, 10 minutes of the game, there wasn't even any scoring. So it was just a blowout from early on. You know, that was the type of game it was. Really, the Packers just dominated that one. Especially in Lambeau Field, that's kind of how it goes. If you get, oh, snap. Did I get that in time before the delay game? So I was all talking. Almost got a delay game, but not quite. We ended up getting that timeout in time. I just picked a crappy play, but it's all right. Let's get this first down anyway. All right, let's go, Eddie. Oh, we got it. We only needed 2 yards. It was Barr. That's the guy, Anthony Barr, the rookie from Minnesota. Well, he's from UCLA. He had that huge freaking fumble recovery in overtime down at Tampa Bay. That was crazy. What a crazy game that was. That's the kind of stuff they're going to need out of their defense come this Sunday if they want to have any chance to beat the Packers. They're going to have, you know, their defense score, be opportunistic, and cause some turnovers. That's tough to do, though. So Aaron Rodgers has only thrown 3 interceptions in the whole season. And he has, like I said, 28 touchdowns. I mean, that's MVP status. These are the kind of numbers he's putting up. He's definitely looking like the MVP. We shall see, though. But those definitely, he's in the discussion for sure, without a doubt. Almost 3,000 yards already. See where he ends up. He should go over 4,000. I don't know, it's kind of a long shot from the 5, but you never know. It's possible. You have to have some monster games, though. Run out. Oh, sacked. Man, I hit the wrong play. Robeson, though. Vikings, they do get some sacks. Should look at their numbers on defense, actually. Barr has 4 sacks. Everson Griffin has 9 sacks on the season. Robeson has 2.5. Altogether, as a team, they have 30 sacks. So they got a lot of sacks, and they're spread out, too. Said Everson Griffin, he's the guy who's just been a beast all year. 9 sacks. He's coming close to double digits. If he gets a sack in this game, that'll put him up on, double digits. We'll see if he can get that, though. It's not easy to get a sack against Aaron Rodgers. But we just saw it happen. So anything can happen in football, that's for sure. 3rd and goal from the 12. What are we going to do here? Well, let's see if this works. I think it will. Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun. 3rd and goal from the 12. Ooh, Randall Cobb, touchdown, baby. Ooh. Aaron Rodgers, 4th touchdown. That's Randall Cobb's 2nd of the game. Jordy has 2, Randall has 2. Here comes Randall, he's a berserker. Yes, Randall Cobb, right here, the replay, you saw right there in front of the defender. Boom, right there in front of the rookie Barr we were just talking about. He had that big fumble return for a touchdown against Tampa. That was back in week 8. Right there, he just got scored in his face by Randall Cobb. The snow is just covering the field. Look at all this snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. mean, at this point, they'd probably take Aaron Rodgers out the game. See, this is even similar numbers to what he had in that first game where he had only 156 passing yards, and he had, what, 3 touchdowns? Yeah. Right here, it's 4 touchdowns, 174. It's kind of funny. But, I mean, when you're playing 4-minute quarters or whatever, of course, you're going to have low passing yards. But that's just for time constraints. If I was sitting here playing 15-minute quarters, it'd be like a 3-hour game. It'd be just as long as real life. It'd be crazy. As it is, it's already approaching an hour. I mean, this video right here, it's not. It's, well, yeah, it is. It's 40 minutes at the moment. So, I mean, we still got 2 minutes left here. Hopefully they just run the ball. What a blowout. The Packers 28-0. That could be how this game goes too. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Of course, like I said, I mean, division round games. This one also being in Minnesota, maybe they make it a little bit more competitive. Still, I think the Packers win this one regardless. That's what I think. You never know what's going to happen though. I mean, anything can happen. We just saw the Raiders beat the Chiefs and get their first victory. Although I'm not really shocked at that one. I was kind of saying, if you actually were watching or listening to the Upon Further review for that one, that I thought maybe the Raiders had a chance to win that game actually, and that they would win sooner or later. You know, it's just a matter of when. Oh, he caught that right in the face. I was trying for the pick. Look at this. They're trying to get something going. They don't want to get shut out. Hurry up, hurry up. That was a crazy thing. If you saw the end of that Chiefs-Raiders game and they were having to rush back and they snapped the ball at the end after that big sack and they flags flew everywhere, but Tuck had called the timeout, and so they actually, it didn't, you know, it was all for naught. It had no penalties. It was an interesting scene, though. It was just pandemonium. Everything was just going crazy. They couldn't believe that they actually were right on the verge to finally win. I mean, they've been playing some pretty good football, too, against some good teams, you know, throughout the season. Just they had trouble closing out games was the thing. But they finally closed that one out in a big way, too. I mean, Derek Carr lead them to that fourth quarter touchdown there at the end, close to 2 minutes. And the defense, like I said, with that big sack. Oh no, look at this wide open Cordero. It's the defense has been getting caught off. They're just marching right down the field here. It's garbage time. It's garbage. It's garbage time. Yeah, you know it's garbage time. Yeah, no, it's garbage time. It's garbage. It's garbage time. Yeah, you know it's garbage time. Yeah, you know it's garbage time. So yeah, they're taking advantage of garbage time right here. Trying to get some cheap points. I wonder though, are they gonna push it all the way for them? So they might. I've been holding them pretty good. But here we are. Nope, out of bounds. Clayton Dix was all over him. You know that's where he wanted to go to. That's where he did go eventually. Everybody was covered. Everybody was covered. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Whatever. It doesn't really matter at this point, even if they do score. I don't want them to score, obviously, but
And Jennings lined up now as a slot receiver.
That's kind of how it goes.
Trying to find an open man.
Another pass out of bounds. So nice defense. All right, what's gonna happen here? Here we go. 3rd and 10.
Let's see if they can convert it.
If we didn't say it already, or I didn't say it, who's we? No, but when it comes to scoring, the advantage obviously is in favor of the Packers, and overall, that's gives the advantage to the Packers in this game, statistically speaking. Although the Vikings do all right, big, huge 3rd down defense. 4th and 4th down. Are they going to go for the field goal for the cheap points? Are they going to try to get the touchdown? Nope, they're going for the cheap points. They don't want to get shut out, those bastards. I can't believe this. Usually they would go for a touchdown, you know, but come on, let's block this thing. It's all snowy. Oh no! There goes our shutout. Anyway, statistically speaking, the Vikings do have an advantage on the run, on the ground, on offense and defense, but other than that, though, the Packers all around have the advantage. Comes to the scoreboard, comes to the passing game. Yeah, I was saying their running game is really kind of underrated, and they don't really get as many stats because their passing game is so proficient, and they put up so many points and stuff. They don't have to run the ball really. But we'll see what happens this Sunday. Like I said, I definitely think the Packers are going to win. Really, at this point in the game, all that's left to do is actually line up in the victory formation, I believe. But let's just go ahead and run the ball one time. Force them to call that timeout. Because then once we get them to call the one timeout, even though, pretty sure, I don't think I do need a first time. Second and 6. They're going to call that timeout. Are they just going to let it go down? Looks like they're just going to let it go down. They're letting it go down, and I'm just going to go in the victory formation, bring this game to a close. Eddie Lacy. Looks like he's... Is he... No, they're just showing his stats. Is he the player of the game? Here we go. Time's winding down. The Green Bay Packers are going to be victorious in this game right here. And that's the way I picked it. Madden turned out the same. We'll see what happens come this Sunday. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let me know if you think the Packers are going to win. Do you think the Vikings are going to win? Did you enjoy this gameplay? Do you like the new format for upon further review? Let me know in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want more content such as this, go ahead and subscribe, as we'll bring you upon further reviews and recaps of each and every single game in the NFL all season long and through the playoffs. We also do cover some other sports as well, so keep an eye out for that. Right here we have the play of the game. Look at this. Oh, it's that fumble right here. Boom! Here we come. Oh no. What the fuck was this? Was that even... Is that AP? What the hell? That was weird. Whatever. That was your play of the game, apparently. Pick your own play of the game. Go back through the video. There's plenty of other better plays than that. What the heck? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and have a great weekend and enjoy all the sports.